Over the years, there has been a lot of discussion about XRP, including its price and worth. The primary topic we frequently hear is that XRP will reach $100, $1,000, or $10,000. Some have even asserted that XRP is worth $100,000. Listen, making these assertions doesn't need much. A video stating, "Oh, I think XRP is going to go to $1 million per coin," could be made by anyone. The majority of people will simply respond, "No, it's not going to because of X, Y, and Z. It's primarily the market cap, you know." Again, though, these folks don't give a damn. Many of these videos exist solely to garner views and clicks. I mean, I understand. You mean I get it? However, the primary emphasis of our discussion is XRP, and if we are considering its worth, we must present a convincing case. We must review the facts, investigate factors that may impact XRP's value, and determine what can propel XRP to $100. I want to discuss this in this video. I want to go into great detail on the current state of this market. That, in my opinion, will have a significant impact on XRP's value and have multiplier effects that might raise it to $100 or higher. Let's begin by discussing XRP's performance over the past 12 months. The primary topic of our discussion regarding XRP is how important it has become over the past 12 months. 400% or more in the past year. In the past year, we have also outperformed Bitcoin. You do realize that it's not simply Bitcoin? We've been doing better than virtually anything. Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin have all been involved. In the past year, XRP has outperformed nearly everything in the top 100. Furthermore, I don't believe that this will actually cease. Since everyone is still fixed on the 2021 timeline, when XRP didn't accomplish much, I believe that it will rise significantly, outperform many things, and rather shockingly startle a lot of people. It did not do better than many. And once more, because XRP today is so different from XRP in 2021, I detest it when people make such comparisons. The surroundings are entirely different. The SEC essentially kneecapped XRP back in 2021. The only way I can see it is that the SEC was basically the mob, and by severing XRP's legs, it shook down holders of the cryptocurrency. Due to the SEC's actions, XRP simply did nothing, causing us to endure the worst bull run in history. That doesn't bother me about XRP. The failure of XRP was never its responsibility. We had to put up with the surroundings. It was an awful period. In light of that, it was delisted from each of these significant exchanges. XRP is now back on all of the major exchanges where it was delisted. Thus, once more, XRP is entirely different today. Nonetheless, the 2017 to 2018 XRP cycle is one event that practically everyone remembers, that upward push of 65,000, and once more everyone believes that we could do the same thing right now. The issue is that most people who are attempting to get engagement or clicks simply do this. They say, "Oh look, XRP is following this perfectly," and they typically do something along these lines after grabbing the bars chart. And they essentially tell everyone, "Oh, look at this. This is exactly what we're doing. This cycle, we go to $160, you know?" Alternatively, they will simply seize a particular portion of XRP, which is, incidentally, somewhat similar to this. I would contend that our trading practices are somewhat similar to this. I wouldn't even claim this isn't then. It's conceivable, you know, especially given that this would cost us roughly $19. Without a doubt, this is feasible. But we can't simply put bar graphs on the chart and declare that we'll accomplish this flawlessly. No, that is not how things always turn out. However, I will say this cycle, where can XRP go? We primarily examine the ETFs, correct? Since ETFs are a significant catalyst that we are awaiting, they have a significant influence on how far XRP can rise. Well, additionally, I believe that if we base our analysis on past performance in this market, specifically from 2017 and 2018, we can reasonably assume that XRP can easily reach $10 to $15 per cycle. But we're not here for that. We're here to discuss XRP's potential worth. Can it reach $100? Is $1,000 possible? Well, supply and demand dictate everything. We now know that the XRP ledger's DEFI side is beginning to come alive. This was essentially non-existent until the XRP ledger began to show signs of DEFI becoming a reality. And it all began in 2024. The TVL value is currently about $101 million. Not very noteworthy for a project with a market value of more than $179 billion. But we have to begin somewhere. Furthermore, given that the DeFi side of XRP is still in its infancy, this is, a very solid beginning. However, this is only the start. I continue to believe that DeFi will be linked to the XRP ledger in the billions and billions of dollars. Trillions of dollars will also eventually be involved with all that is going on with the XRP ledger. But DeFi isn't the only factor. Stablecoin value and tokenization are also involved. RWA's current worth is close to $356 million, up more than 9% during the previous 30 days. For a while now, the stablecoin market has been essentially hovering at $200 or $1 million. However, this value keeps increasing. And once more, we're just getting started. I recently stated in a video that this value will, increase by 10 times, 100 times, or even 1,000 times from where we are today, because once more, tokenization will only grow in size, particularly as more institutional players enter the market. In addition, I wrote a piece about everything related to XRP. To give everyone a better understanding of the present state of the XRP market, I wanted to go into great detail about this. Because a supply shock is what we're examining, with XRP will become expensive, because to a supply shock. The issue, however, is that most people in this field continue to believe that until the overall coin supply is extremely small, a supply shock cannot occur. The same rationale applies to Bitcoin. There are only 21 million Bitcoin, so there will be a supply shock. However, since there are over 99 billion XRP in circulation, there is no chance that XRP will experience a supply shock. I hope this video was enjoyable to all of you. Since our content is free, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You have more than one, so join the free Discord channel in the description below and follow me on Twitter. Having said that, thank you for watching, gentlemen. Goodbye, gentlemen.